Hi everyone, I hope you all are doing well. So, the topic that we have for today is OAuth 2.0. So, before we start our discussion with the OAuth 2.0 authorization protocol, let's try to understand what were the problems before this authorization protocol existed. So, let's say there is a social media platform that allows you to share pictures with your friends. Okay, so the photo that you as a user want to post, you can use this platform to share those pictures with your friends. Okay, so but let's say the photo you want to post, it's stored on this cloud photos platform. Okay, so there's this cloud photos platform which is like storage which stores all your photos, and you want to share a photo from this platform onto the social media directly without downloading it to your device. Okay, so one thing we should note that along with the photo, along with the specific photo that we want to share on the social media platform, there are many more personal photos that you don't want to share on the platform. Okay, so in the traditional method in which the OAuth 2.0 does not exist, the following problems were present or are present. Okay, so first problem is the social media platform needs to access the photos in the cloud platform that you need to post. So it requires your credentials to access the cloud photos platform. So without your credential, it is not possible to access the photos that you have on this platform. So for this, you will need to provide this social media platform with your credentials, like the username and password, and then this social media platform will use those credentials to access this cloud platform. So as of now, this social media platform has now access to your credentials, and we don't know how safe our credentials are stored with them. So this is the first problem. Now, now that you have shared the username and password with this social media platform, the social media platform has access to all your photos along with the specific photo that you want to share. So all these photos that you have are accessible to this platform by using the credentials that you have provided. Also, it should be noted that there is no restriction that we are able to apply on the time duration for which this social media platform can access our photos. So this is the second problem. Now we cannot revoke access of our photos to this social media platform without changing the password. So let's say after like you have posted the picture and after that you want to revoke the access, so it is not possible without changing the password. And by doing so, let's say we change the password, but by doing so we are revoking access to all other third party applications who need access to our photos. So this is the third problem. If the social media platform gets compromised, we will lose our password of the cloud photos platform as well. So hence our cloud photos account will also be compromised. And this is the fourth problem. So this OAuth protocol addresses all these issues by introducing an authorization layer that allows social media platform to access only one photo from the user's cloud photos platform that the user wants to post. Also, it is possible to only provide this access temporarily, and that too without providing our password or the username to this platform. So this is like an easy explanation of the OAuth 2.0 protocol. So uh, in this scenario, there are four roles or four entities. So let's try to understand this using our current example of the social media platform and the cloud photos platform. So first entity is the resource owner, or the first role is the resource owner. So this is the user and this is you, okay? The second is the resource server. So in our example, the resource server is the cloud photos platform, because all our resources that are the photos are stored here in the cloud photos platform, okay? Third is the client. So client is the application who is making a request to access the resources on the resource server. So in our case, it is the social media platform who wants to access a particular photo from the cloud photos platform, so that the user can post that selected photo on the social media. And fourth is the authorization server. So this is the server who issues access tokens to the client after the resource owner has successfully authenticated itself and then provides authorization to the social media platform or to the client to access some data. So in our case, the authorization server is same as the resource server, because we will log into the cloud photos platform only to provide this authorization. But in the according to the protocol, it is possible that it is a different server altogether who is managing the authentication. It is possible to have a separate authorization server and a separate resource server. So as of now, both are the same. So let's now try to understand this working of OAuth 2.0 in depth in a step-by-step process. So here we have the entities from our previous example: the user, the social media platform, and the cloud photos platform. So user is the user, so it's you. Social media platform is the client, and the cloud photos platform is the authorization server as well as the resource server. So in the first step, our user, that is you visit the social media platform and want to share a photo on the social media from this cloud photos platform. Okay, so in the first step we have expressed to the social media platform that we want to share a photo from the cloud photos platform. Okay, so in the step 2, the social media platform supports posting a photo from cloud photos platform. So it sends the following information back to the user so that the social media platform can access a specific photo from the user's account in the cloud platform. So already our user has an account in the cloud platform, and in this request, the necessary information it will be sending to the user. So this information is it will send a client identifier. So client identifier in our case is the social media platform. So this client identifier, then it will share the requested scope. In our case, the photos or the specific photo it wants to access, the local state. So local state is the information about the page user is currently on, and it might also contain the CSRF tokens and any other necessary information that this social media platform wants to retain during this process. So this information will be stored in the local state, and also it will share the redirection URI to which the authorization server will send the user after the access is granted or denied. So in that case, so sorry, in our case, it will be the social media platform, because once the uh, authorization is complete on the cloud platform, we want our user to come back to the social media platform. So redirection URL in our case is the social media platform, so that the user can successfully share the photo on the platform. Okay. So in the step 3 now, the user will be redirected to the authorization server. So that is the cloud photos platform server with all the information that is provided in the step 2. Okay. So in this step number 3, the authorization server checks if the client is logged in. If not, it will ask the user to log in onto the authorization server. In our case, the user will be asked to log into the cloudphotos.com in case if he is not already logged in. Then it will show a list of photos and ask the user to select a specific photo or multiple photos that the user wants to provide access to the social media platform. Okay. So once the photos have been selected, we will be in the step number 4, and in the step number 4, the uh, authorization server will send response to the user with a authorization code along with the local state and redirection URI that is from the step 2. So from the step to the local state, which was set by the social media platform, and the redirect URI as well. So along with that, the authorization server will also send the authorization code back to the user. Okay. So now in the next step, the user will now be redirected automatically back to the social media platform with the authorization code. So as of now, the authorization code from the user is now with the social media platform. Social media platform has now received access to the authorization code. So in the next step, the social media platform takes this authorization code and sends a request to the authorization server for requesting an access token to access the resources. So in our case, the request is sent from the social media platform to the cloud photos platform to access the specific photos that user has selected and the user wants to post. One important security benefit to note here is the ability to authenticate the client as well as the transmission of the access token is directly to the client without passing it through the resource owner's user agent and potentially exposing it to others. So if you see here, the social media platform will send a request with the authorization code to the cloudphotos.com, and cloudphotos.com in this step it will send a access token. So in this step, the authorization server authenticates the client and validates the authorization code and ensures that the redirection URI matches the URI that was used to redirect the client in the step number 4. So in this step number 4, in this step 3, the cloud photos had received a redirection URI. So this, it will again check if it is the same in this step as well, that the social media platform is using the same redirect URI. So if everything is valid, the server responds back with an access token and optionally a refresh token as well in case the access needs to be maintained for a longer time. So as of now, the cloud photos platform responds with an access token to the social media platform that this platform can use to access this specific selected photo or photos. So as we said earlier, here if you see, the access token is between these two servers only, and it is a server to server call. Hence, the access token is not being sent to the web browser or to the client side, sorry, or to the user side, and it is only between these two entities. So it is a bit more secure as the exposure is less, exposure over the network is less. So in the next step, the social media platform will send a request to the cloud photos platform with the access token, and the cloud photos platform will respond with the specific photo that user wants to share in the social media platform. So in the step number 8, the access token will be sent here, and in the step number 9, the access token will be verified and the resources, that is the photo or multiple photos, the access will be shared with the social media platform, and now the user can share successfully this photo with his or her friends. So in the step number 7, 8 and 9, if you observe, if we had two different entities, authorization server is a different entity and resource server is a different entity. So in that case, the step number 8, step number 7 would give the authorization token to the platform, social media platform, and then the social media platform will take that access token and send that access token to the resource platform. So as of now, it is the same. That is why it is sent over here. But in a different scenario, if there were the different authorization server and different resource server, it would have sent to the different server. But as of now, both are same. So it is sending to the same place again. And then the access is granted successfully. So in the just discussed scenario, as of now, we have seen the implementation of OAuth using authorization code grant type. So there are different grant types. in OAuth 2.0 protocol. So some of those types are implicit grant type, resource owner password credentials, and one more grant type is the client credentials. So these are different grant types developers can use as per their requirement and environment. And each of these grant types have different security considerations that should be taken care during their implementations. So this will be it for now. And what are the different security considerations that are there for different types of grants, and what are the different types of vulnerabilities that could be there in each of those implementations? All of these things we will see in our next video. So that's all for now. I hope you learned something new, and if you have any feedback or comments, you can leave them in the comment section. And thanks for watching. Have a great day ahead.